Good morning, students. Here is the lecture for CSE 2 for the subject Engineering Mathematics 2. Students, here I am giving you the content as a revision for the topic binomial distribution. Okay, students, as we have discussed in our classes that there are two types of random variables, that is discrete random variable and continuous random variable. So first of all, I will distinguish the difference between these two random variables. So a discrete random variable is that random variable which takes only countable values, finite or infinite countable values, in which we know what will be the next value to the previous one. Okay, but in the continuous distribution, or we can say in the continuous random variable, the variable take the values within a particular range. We don't know if the continuous random variable is taking the value, suppose say 1, then what will be the next value to 1 that the random variable will be taken by. Okay, so in continuous random variable the range is defined, but in the discrete random variable the range is not defined. Each and every particular value is being defined in the discrete random variable. So as there are two categories of the random variables, discrete and continuous, on this basis we are having the various distribution. So students, you are having three distributions in your syllabus. First is binomial distribution, second Poisson distribution, and the third is the normal distribution. The first two distribution, that is the binomial distribution and the Poisson distribution, they come under the category of discrete distribution. That is the random variable which we will discuss under the binomial and Poisson distribution, that will be the discrete random variable. But the other distribution, the third one, that is the normal distribution, that is a continuous distribution. Okay, means the random variable that we will discuss under the normal distribution, that will be the continuous random variable. And the basic difference between the discrete and the continuous random variable is, whenever we do the calculations for discrete random variable, we use the sign of sigma, summation, and in case of continuous random variable we use the sign of integration instead of summation. This is the basic difference between the discrete and the continuous. Okay, so students, as we have started with the topic the binomial distribution, so first of all you must know this binomial distribution is a discrete distribution, means the random variable that will follow binomial distribution, that will be the discrete random variable firstly. Okay, so he is saying it is a discrete distribution, a random variable, and students, the three distributions that I have named recently, binomial, Poisson, and normal. Firstly, they are distinguished by the random variable, discrete and continuous, and further they are being identified or they are being classified as according to their probability function. Each distribution is having its own probability function and it is being named by the particular distribution. So a random variable, basically a discrete random variable, is said to follow binomial distribution if its probability function is given by this one. So this function you have to keep remember, where I am highlighting or putting the cursor. Probability at x is equal to x is ncx p to the power x q to the power n minus x, where x is taking the values from 0, 1, 2 up to so on n. NCX, here C stands for combination. So when you will open this NCX, students, you must know it means it's n factorial over x factorial divided by n minus x factorial. Here P is the probability of success, how many times we are getting the success during our experiment, and Q is the probability of failure, that is complementary to the P. And the relation between P and Q is given by 1 plus P plus Q is equal to 1, that's why Q is equal to 1 minus P. And here the value x can take the value 0, 1, 2 up to so on n, means x is taking the non-negative values. Here n and p, they are the independent constants and they are being considered as the binomial distribution's parameters. They are considered as the parameters of the binomial distribution, and we use this notation. See students, x is following b and p. We will read like this: the random variable capital X follows binomial distribution with parameters n and p. Okay, so this is the probability function. This probability function you have to keep remember in your mind, and here n means the number of times we are conducting the experiment, p is the probability of success, and q is the probability of failure. Okay, and the results that I am writing over here, you must know the derivations of all these things. I have already done the derivations in the classes. Here I am just putting or highlighting the results that you have to keep in your mind while performing the numericals for binomial distribution. So the mean is given by n into p, variance is given by npq. Okay, so since p and q, they are the probability of success and failure respectively, so that's why the range will be 0 to 1, 0 less than or equal to p comma q less than or equal to 1. So due to this range, variance is always less than or equals to mean, because in variance one more factor is multiplied as compared to mean, and that factor is lying between 0 and 1. That's why variance is less than or equals to mean. Otherwise, if its range is greater than 1, then what obvious variance will be greater than mean. Okay, so variance is always less than or equal to mean in case of the binomial distribution. Okay, so here I am giving you two numericals for binomial distribution. The first example is, let us read the statement firstly. The statement is, the mean and the variance of binomial distribution are 4 and 4 by 3 respectively. So mean is given to you 4. Now recently I have told you what is the mean of binomial distribution. If x is following the binomial distribution with parameters n and p, then mean is np. So np is equals to 4 and the variance is 4 by 3, and the variance in case of binomial distribution is given by npq. So npq is 4 by 3. So students, first of all, we will firstly evaluate the value of n, p and q. Okay, so here npq is 4 by 3. I'll write the value of np as 4 from here. So it is 4 into q is 4 by 3. This 4 and 4 get cancelled, so q is coming to be 1 by 3. Okay, so p will be evaluated by the relation 1 minus q, 1 minus 1 by 3, that is 2 by 3. Now it is being given that np is 4, so I am writing the value of p as 2 by 3 over here. So being calculating, I am getting n as n is equal to 6. Now what is the probability function for binomial distribution? As I have told you, ncx p to the power x, q to the power n minus x. So we have evaluated the value of n as 6, p as 2 by 3 and q as 1 by 3. I'll put all these values and getting this result. Now in our question, see the statement. Question is to find probability x greater than or equals to 1. So there are two ways to find greater than or equal to 1. You can either write greater than or equals to 1 means you will do like this: probability at x is equal to 1 plus probability at x is equal to 2 plus at x is equal to 3 plus at x is equal to 4 plus at x is equal to 5 plus at x is equal to 6. Until 6 you will be completed. That will be very long consumption process. Okay, it's very calculation consuming process. So instead of doing this long calculation, I'll do like this: probability x greater than or equal to 1 is can be written as 1. The highest probability that it can be 1 minus probability at x less than 1. And as I have told you, in case of binomial distribution or the random variable always takes the non-negative values, that is, the value always starts from 0. So if x is less than 1 means x can take only one value, x is equal to 0. So students, here you have written probability at x is equal to x. So I will write the value of x is equal to 0 over here. So it is 1 minus 6c0, 2 by 3 raised to the power 0, 1 by 3, 6 minus 0 is 6. So 6 is 0 I have been calculated. This is 6 factorial over 0 factorial. 6 minus 0 is 6. So 2 by 3 raised to the power 0 is 1. It is 1 by 3 raised to the power 6. So 6 factorial and 6 factorial will get cancelled. 0 factorial is 1. And 1 upon 3 to the power 6 is 1 over 7 to 9. And being calculated, I am getting 728 over 729. And if you calculate it in decimals, I am getting the answer as 0.99863. Okay, clear? So let us move towards the next question. Okay, this is one of the numerical of the binomial distribution. So this type of numerical can come in the exam. So the second numerical is the probability that a bomb dropped from a plane hits the target is 1 by 3. If 6 bombs are dropped, find the probability that at least 2 will get hit the target. So students, we are having plane which is targeting, which is hitting some target. He is saying 6 bombs are dropped. So n is 6 and the probability that the bomb dropped from a plane hits the target is 1 by 3. So this is the probability of success. So P is given to you 1 by 3. N is 6 and P is 1 by 3. So Q, that is the probability of failure, which is complementary to the probability of success. That is 1 minus B, 1 minus 1 by 3 coming to be 2 by 3. Now probability at x is equal to x in case of binomial distribution is given by ncx p to the power x q to the power n minus x. So I am writing the value of n as 6, p as 1 by 3 and q as 2 by 3. Putting all these values, I am getting this relation. Now the question is, we have to find the probability that at least 2 will hit the target. Minimum 2. So it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 6, up to 6. So we have to find probability x greater than or equals to 2. Again, instead of doing the long calculation like at x is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, I'll do like this: 1 minus probability at x less than 2. So if probability x less than 2, as x is taking only non-negative values, so it can take 0 or 1. So it can be written like this: 1 minus probability at x is equal to 0 plus probability at x is equal to 1. Okay, so I will write firstly at x is equal to 0 and then x is equal to 1. So if x is 0, I am getting 6c0, 1 by 3 raised to the power 0, 2 by 3 raised to the power 6. Then 6c1, 1 by 3 raised to the power 1, 2 by 3, 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, so students, 6c0, c stands for the combination. So 6 factorial over 0 factorial, 6 minus 0 is 6. Then 6c1, all being calculation, please check your calculation, verify. I am getting the answer as 473 over 729. Okay, so students, this is all about the binomial distribution, which is very much important from the examination point of view. So students, first of all, I have told you, in short, I will describe the whole content of the lectures. Binomial distribution is a discrete distribution, that is a random variable should be of discrete random variable nature. That is, we should know what is the next value will be taken by that random variable. As in continuous random variable, I don't know, or we people don't know what will be the next value taken by the random variable x. A particular range is being defined. So binomial distribution, for that you must know its probability function, because each and every distribution is being identified by its probability function. So that is ncx p to the power x q to the power n minus x. N means the number of times we are conducting the experiment, p is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure. Okay, and this is the notation that we use, that x follows b and p, means x follows binomial distribution with parameters n and p. And we must also learn its mean and variance, and students, you must also learn the derivations of the mean and variance and the relation between mean and variance, which can come in exam and for long answer type. And these derivations I have already discussed with you in the class. So mean is NP, variance is NPQ, where P and Q, they are probability of success and failure respectively, and they always lies between 0 and 1. Okay, and then I have illustrated the applications of binomial distribution with the help of these two examples. So go through these examples thoroughly, and there are much more examples in your textbook as well as in your exercise. Please do them, solve, okay, thoroughly. And if you find any kind of doubt, please ask me. If there is any kind of difficulty in solving any kind of question, any problem is there, please contact me. So this is just a revision lecture for your exam, binomial distribution. This thing we have already discussed in the class in very much detail. Okay, so next time students, I will discuss some another topic for your revision purpose. Okay, so if you again feel any doubt is there, then please ask me. Hope so the content of today's lecture is much more clear to you. Okay, so I have just highlighted the main important topics of binomial distribution through this. Okay, so if you feel any doubt, please ask me. Ask your query through the phone call or WhatsApp, or you can mail your query also. Okay, your problems will be always welcomed by me. Okay students, and one more advice for you, please do these numericals with pen and paper. Don't read them. Until you write your numericals, until you solve on yourself, you will not able to understand the concept. So please try to solve. First of all, its probability function you have to learn. You have to learn its basic relations, results, and then do the numericals. Okay, thank you so much.